Hello everybody and welcome. We are here for the EU Series 8 closed qualifier. It's been a while since I've actually done a closed qualifier game. Done a lot of Swiss stage and playoff games lately over the past, most of the EU series we've had here in Season 3. So it's going to be nice to kind of delve into the depths of the play-ins once again and get to see what's kind of potting over on this side of the world. So obviously, to have a look at some of the games we have lined up here, it's ENCE Academy against, I'm going to go with QMISTRY. I've heard this team being pronounced a few different ways lately. I've heard casters go for QMISTRY, or I'm thinking it has to be QMISTRY. I think QMISTRY sounds way cooler anyway, so I'm going to go with that. And then unfortunately, Square Sausages, what a name. That is a name of all time. Certainly not one I'm very excited about, but you know what, it is a name. They had to forfeit their game against FORZE Reload, so we won't get that second game of the day. I'll go Mousquetaires maybe, and then ARCRED against the. Let's move things forward. We can have a look at this game in particular between ENCE Academy and QMISTRY. Now, let's bring up the. What are we going to go with first? ENCE Academy, that's what I was thinking as well, Andy. So I like the way you're thinking this morning. Now, obviously, ENCE have had an academy team for a pretty long time now, I'd say. I think that this team is relatively... I think they've been together for quite a decent period of time, has the core. Someone like Schwarz, Millet, and Teme have been together for actually over a year now. So that core certainly has got quite a lot of experience together. I remember being pretty impressed by Teme. So looking forward to seeing what sort of level he's at the moment. And then you've got Click and Blick who have come into the team. So Click and Blick, I mean, some like almost rhyming names basically there. I like that, keeping it simple for us. Blick is actually from Iceland. I didn't know that. That's cool. I just had a look at his flag now on HLTV. And then, of course, you got Schwarz, who's from Georgia. And the rest of the boys from Finland naturally going to keep that Finnish core for the academy team. Of course, they did recently promote Miltzy from their academy team to their main team, so you can see that that realistic path to the main team. It's been done already before here for ENCE. Anyway, let's move things forward. We can have a look now at QMISTRY, who the only player that I am familiar with here is Virtuoso. Obviously, Kai's is different from the Kai we know from the 9 days, right? Kai, Kyler, Minio, Hades, that lot of players. This is a different player, Kai's. I haven't seen him before. Like I said, Virtuoso, the only guy I've had the pleasure of covering when he was playing for Apogee. So you got a couple. Oh, and Markosh. Okay. All right, Markosh is on HLTV, but he isn't here on our list. Okay, I remember Markosh being pretty damn sick at the game, honestly, so it would be quite cool if we do get him in the server. Anyway, Massey, Zaidu, and Fugor going to round out the roster here for QMISTRY, and I'm kind of keen to see what this team is all about. That's one reason I kind of miss maybe casting some of these play-in games, is because you get to see what's kind of bubbling beneath the surface, you know, what's going on. What's going on in the lower levels of the game, the guys who are kind of up and coming, the guys that are going to be players to watch out for in the future. Let's look at the veto. We can see which maps are going to get played out here between these two teams. It's going to be Ancient picked by QMISTRY, Mirage picked by ENCE Academy, and then Nuke will be the decider now. Both these teams just love picking the maps that they have brought to the table here. You know, both of them always go in the sort of direction when the maps are available. Because Ancient and Mirage play pretty similarly, so you kind of get the sense that both teams should be fairly comfortable on each other's map pick, and that they shouldn't really be too much of an issue here in terms of at least being competitive on your opponent's map. And then Nuke is a very happy hunting ground for both of these teams. It should be a competitive affair if we get that third. All right, guys. I think we're still waiting for a player to connect, if I'm not mistaken. Are we ready for the game to go live here, Mr. Andy? Okay. You know what, guys? We're actually ready to go straight on into the game. So we're going to be going live in a couple moments' time. Thank you for sticking around. And there we go. Straight into Ancients we descend. Map pick of QMISTRY. We got the roster perfectly here on our graphic for QMISTRY. We do not have Markos as HLTV suggested. No surprises coming into the game here for both of these teams as we're live. Looking to flash for Kai's P250. In fact, there should be... Okay, I see what's going on here. Massey's dropped a P250 and he's dropped the utility as well. And Massey has actually been able to find a kill. Problem is Zaidu has gone down at that at the expense. No, what am I even saying? That doesn't make any sense. Zaidu's just straight up gone down, not at the expense of anybody. There's going to be Schwarz, who's also lost his life out in the process. So to keep those numbers level, QMISTRY just going to be walking their way forward now, looking for some contact in towards Cave. And Millet is here right now with the Julies. He's been spotted out. This is a pretty tough position to be in because they can kind of try and just charge you down. And Fugor will come out on top of that one. Now they're going to breach in towards this B bomb site. There's only Click who's here at range right now. He's been smoked off. The QMISTRY get themselves full control now to lock it down to the post plant flash to try and force them off the angle, and Click will get both those kills on Massey and Kai's. It's only Fugor left without any room to work with, cooped up at the back of the bomb site. Click will get that frag as well. 3 coming through from him to seal the deal as ENCE Academy open up their account first. All right, FORZE in response here from QMISTRY. Of course, they did get the bomb down in the pistol round they lost. They're going to try and bring some extra firepower to the table here as they burst into this bomb site. Schwarz, not nearly as clean as he would have liked in the first fight, but then he's able to line them up and mow them down immediately afterwards with the USP and then some support coming through as well there to aid and abet him in staying alive. All right, fantastic work there. I was looking, it's looking quite concerning for ENCE Academy at one point over on the B bomb site, but they do lock it down. They keep 3 players alive as they weather the storm there against the FORZE. All right, so time for an anti-eco ENCE Academy. Going to have an easier time of it here, you would imagine. Quite brave from Click to just hang around like that against upgraded pistols, especially without any support coming through from Shelf or Red Room. He was always going to go down there. He's given up an M4 in the round as well. Blick struggling to connect on the MP9. Eventually will get that kill. But there's that M4 I was talking about that's been given up now. Virtuoso immediately puts it to use and is able to find the frag. Schwarz has been brought down low. He was dinked at range from that Tech 9. Oh boy. The butterfly effect coming to life here in terms of that overextension from Click and then giving up the M4 and how it could come back to bite them. I didn't know butterflies bite, but it's about to be proven here by QMISTRY. Schwarz coming through from top mid, though. It's going to at least get the information that both Virtuoso and Fugor are there. He gets the frag on the first. His teammates finish off the job from there. All right, well, big gun round upon us here to try and set the tone and see if QMISTRY can open up here on their map pick. Immediately in towards middle here, they thrust themselves forward, as does Blick, but straight into Kai's egos. This is fantastic work from the T side. containing everything ENCE Academy have looked to try and throw their way. There were a lot of ENCE Academy players looking to try and get on the front foot here in this round as well. Fighting in towards middle, fighting through Jag. And most of the time, fight's not really working out for them. It's only FORZE left, and all he can do is look to save this AK. Not sure if QMISTRY are going to be too keen to commit to the hunch. I think that they should be just looking to lock in this money and make sure that they keep these 3 players alive to start to build up some economy as they get their first round on the board. All right, it's going to be the eco round now for ENCE Academy. Of course, only that one AK saved by FORZE that's brought across into this round to give them a little bit of firepower. You got the player in red room who's hearing all of these footsteps in rotation, so QMISTRY know exactly what's going on. You'll see that bomb rotate back through spawn and towards A surely. Although, is this all a ruse right now? Virtuoso top middle will go down. You've got the entire team now for the CT side in towards red room. They've just got to now try and decide where they're going to try and end up in the round. Do they gamble A? Do they gamble B? It looks like it's going to be the former. So that should be the round over, right? You'd imagine. I mean, there are 2 AKs that could look to try and feel this retake out here for ENCE Academy. But it's going to be really difficult to try and break back in. And at this point, looks like they're just going to be trying to bunker down and see if they can find some exit kills. Yeah, Millet, absolute dead man with that USP. But you know what? Not half bad. Obviously, FORZE brought an AK into the round. Blick and Teme both able to pick AKs up. So they're going to have quite a lot of firepower going into this next round, and they're not even going to have to invest all that much. Great way to open up there for Teme as ENCE Academy look to get themselves back to winning ways here. Meantime, QMISTRY just going to charge straight into the safe bomb side. Kaiser's the one who leads the charge. He's going to sweep all the way deep into Donut. Nice jump up on the ledge there. Clears Click's corner. Teme follows suit. Okay, so what was looking pretty decent for ENCE Academy with that first frag initially, then just immediately flips in QMISTRY's favor. They will try and attempt the retake here, but it's going to be futile. And that's going to be QMISTRY stringing 3 consecutive rounds together. So it was 3 in a row for ENCE Academy to open up, and 3 in a row coming back from QMISTRY in response. All right, so you can see since we've really gotten to the thick of the gun rounds so far, it has been pretty damn good for chemistry. 3 rounds in a row, and they've been pretty clean rounds at that as well. They've been in control throughout these rounds. ENCE Academy, there's been quite a bit of space being given up by them in some of these rounds. They've absolutely put quite a lot of emphasis on trying to control middle. But sometimes that means that there has been quite a large vacancy over towards A that's been exploited twice now by chemistry in the past 3 rounds. What the change-up's going to be, it is going to be another investment to follow for the CT side. They're going to have everything that they need coming into this next round. AWP included. Here we go. It's going to be a breach in towards middle from chemistry. Actually, this time looking to take the fight to ENCE Academy. This is where ENCE have done some of their better work so far. Going to be 1-for-1 early on. Click outside a donut, gets a kill, but then gets traded immediately afterwards. Focus now shifts in towards Jag. Schwarz looking to make moves right now. He is going to clip through the smoke. Oh no, Schwarz. Should have had that frag dead to right every day of the week, but Kai's turns and he burns. That's going to be really annoying there for Schwarz. He had done the hard work. Probably feels like he deserved that kill. 4v3 now as the dust settles. Chemistry have plenty time to play the round out from here. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a fake play over towards B coming through here from Kai's, I believe, trying to keep the focus over on that side of the map, and then his 3 teammates can go A from there. Millet will drop Kai's, though, and that's going to be the go signal now for chemistry over towards A. ENCE Academy here, the util dump, though, and immediately start to gravitate in this direction. Virtuoso in the middle of Donut gets one. Fugor spots out the second. No bomb plant just yet here for the T side, by the way, so they're going to have to plant with a slightly exposed angle towards CT. And remember, Millet has got that AWP, so this long line certainly could favor him, but Zaidu, with a sniper rifle of his own, is posted on that exact line, and he won't be able to finish off the job just yet. He might get a second opportunity, though, with his AWP, and he does, and he's going to take that second chance as well. Zaidu showing his capabilities and prowess with the AWP as he locks down 2 kills there. Vital frags as chemistry continue their streak. Right, so it's going to be a half investment now for ENCE Academy. Schwarz able to afford to dig a bit deep into his pockets. They've got max round loss bonus behind them, so it's not like there's nothing to work with in this round for the CT side, but certainly going to be challenging, especially with the way that these gun rounds have played out for chemistry so far. They've certainly looked the better of the 2 teams. Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to get things going. Nice double swing coming through from Ramp. Schwarz putting that M4 to fantastic use. Okay, he's gotten 2. In fact, this is looking as clean as it possibly could in this a round of this nature. Only Massey left. They know exactly where he is. The bomb's been dropped in control of this T side. Massey is trapped. He's trying to find a way to at least isolate one of these fights, which he has. He's not too clean. He comes away with the kill, but he's taken a lot of damage in the process. Now has an AWP to work with. You're going to be careful of your ENCE Academy. There's actually no need to fight this. And they've realized that. Drop the smoke grenade, tuck themselves in around the corners. If you're Massey, honestly, I know Zaidu's got so much money. There's, what, still 3 rounds to be played at the end of the half here. After this one, yeah, saving makes sense to me as well, honestly. It's an impossible round to win with the AWP. Might as well just keep the gun in play. That's going to be 4-all. Finally, ENCE Academy able to win another round here as they break the streak and get another round going their way. right. Goal line leveled up between the two teams here on Chemistry's map pick. Millet with the orb starting to come alive here. Frag found in middle. That might prompt Chemistry to look to try and make a move in towards this B bomb site sooner rather than later. Especially off the back of that kill. That'll certainly give them a way in here. Schwarz has to be the one along with Millet to try and lock it down. Dancing around the pillar. Schwarz does a fantastic job. Now standing out in the open. Actually going to go down there at the same time as Millet. So what was a 4 versus 2 for a brief moment has reverted into a 2v2 because quite a lot of fights being taken by both of those players. They both get punished, and now Teme and Click are left to try and pick up the pieces. Great call, great read from Chemistry as they look to try and flip the script over in towards, let's say, bomb site. Click is on the scene, though. He's read into exactly this, and I don't think that they're ever going to expect Click to come through from Temple here, you know. Just not really going to be in their internal clock of timings, and there we go. Click is able to activate, leave Zaidu in the clutch. 1v2, there's a smoke grenade and an incendiary. This should be next to impossible for the Yorper. Diffuse being tapped, they're going to try and bait the shot out from him. There we go, they now know for a fact where he's positioned. A little bit of panic starts to set in. Confirmation the diffuse wasn't being stuck the first time round, but now he's got a rifler who's looking in his direction, going to make life a whole lot more difficult. It was always supposed to be ENCE Academy's round with the way that it had started off for them, but got a little bit shaky at one point with the over-fighting there from Millet and Schwarz. Did still work out, though. Nice retake. Good heads-up decision-making there from Click to get ahead of the game and find himself the position in Temple. And now, Chemistry starting to sort of break the piggy bank to afford their investment. I say that, it's just the one handicap of the Mac 10. Outside of that, they've got everything they need, but if they lose this round here, that's when it might start to get a little bit more scrappy. 6-4 could become 7-4, because Chemistry would have to eco in the next round, so you've got to proceed with caution here if you're Chemistry. Big moment, Zaidu with the ore posted on the angle. And it's going to be Schwarz who steps up from the close corner. Catches them both off guard. Great work out of Schwarz. He's been a multi-kill monster here on the CT side so far. Up to 12 kills. By far the top of the scoreboard, not just on his team, but on the entire server. And Schwarz continues to do work here as well. Honestly, this is insane from him. The triple kill, and he's still alive as well. He's got teammates over on the speed bomb site here to try and help him out in the locking it down. Massey is low, and Schwarz will secure the quad kill in the round. He's really been a standout player for ENCE Academy so far here, in particular towards Jag. Looking to be that playmaker. Always keen for a gunfight. Generally calculated in the gunfights that he takes. Sometimes a little bit rambunctious, but we'll give it we'll give it to him as he is an academy player. Boss playing towards middle, coming through from the T side here with pistols. We've seen this round work well for them already in the half. Millet with the orb, able to catch one on the cross. He's mollied out though, forced backwards. Virtuoso gets another, makes it interesting, but then Schwarz arrives. Guess who? It's Mr. Schwarz again. The madman multi-kill dealer. Gonna find himself a triple 17 frags. He's now at least double anybody on the server. At least double. Triple in some cases. In the case of Teme, what, pushing 6 times? Not far from it at this point. And Chemistry, who were looking so good at one point, they were up 4-3 here on their map pick, having won 4 rounds in a row. They've now lost 4 rounds in a row. I actually feel like they really need this last round, considering the way that the half has gone down so far, with them having been up 4-3 at one point. If this ends 8-4, really feel like they haven't done themselves justice. weren't able to capitalize on that good position they found themselves on, or found themselves in. And even if this does go 7-5, it's not like that's a fantastic return considering you're up 4-3. Look at that from Schwarz. He's just unplayable. He is unplayable right now. The Georgian god is just racking up these Polish names right now. The Ilya Toporio of the server, evidently. Eventually, he does bite off a bit more than he can chew. There's that lack of experience, maybe just playing in front of the smoke grenade in the 5v3. They know that you're there. They're going to be hunting for you to get the trade. And at that point, you've honestly made it so easy for them to get the trade. Not because you've given up the gunfight, but because of how you've positioned yourself. You really haven't made them work hard at all to root you out of position and earn that fight against you. You don't just give up every fight that's available. Millet with the Yorp gets such an important kill in towards Red Room, though, because if he goes down, that cuts the map down the middle and puts a lot of pressure on the speed bomb site. But he gets that frag, turns it into a one-dimensional hit now between Kais and Fugor. Blick is in the corner, should be able to seal the deal with these, and he absolutely does. ENCE Academy make it 8-4 in the half on their opponent's map pick as well. Got off to a good start, won the pistol, converted. Then they lost 4 in a row, mostly gun rounds. They were able to find their footing once again, though. And remember, that was down to the pistol round with the saved gun that they won as well, right? Where they did the big push down ramp, if you remember. Little old viewer watching this game right now. Do you remember, Mr. Viewer, when they pushed it down ramp at the 4-3 scoreline? It was like an eco round for ENCE Academy, and they sent 3 down ramp. They caught QMISTRY completely off guard with that play. And QMISTRY did not win another round back after losing to that half investment. What I'm highlighting is just how punishing it was for them to actually drop the ball against a round they should be winning effectively every day of the week, really. And it is what's kind of required. All right, well, second half is upon us. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. ENCE Academy looking to try and fight into Speedway. CT's doing exactly the same here as well for Gore. Kais, there's so many more. There are 3 or 4 players here for QMISTRY right now, but they've actually just been crunched in on. They have been completely brutalized. Oh my goodness, QMISTRY were expecting to be the ones to be taking the fight to ENCE Academy, but they are the ones who have their heads chopped off. What a way to win the pistol round here for ENCE Academy. Seemingly making it look easy there, weathering the storm. They did really well to very quickly figure out what was going on there. And look at the adjustments immediately. Schwarz in the bottom of middle, he comes to life. You've got the group up there through the doors as well. Schwarz is 21-6. 21-6, guys. He is smurfing on QMISTRY right now. We've only played 13 rounds of Counter-Strike, everybody. So he is not far from averaging 2 kills a round at this point. Going to be the full eco now for QMISTRY. And the right opportunity for ENCE Academy to get themselves up to double digits at another round to their tally. Click in the corner with the NAC 10 does get overwhelmed, and Click gets one leagued. One click of the dig. Click is dead. Not bad for QMISTRY, getting 2 kills in their eco round. They could hunt for some more as well. Don't know why they wouldn't. Try and inflict as much economic damage as possible. right. 10-4 as we go into a gun round. Must-win gun round here for chemistry. No two ways about it. It really is. That's plain and simple. Lose the gun round, and you're definitely going to lose the map. Win the gun round, you're not definitely going to win the map, but it certainly will help keep you alive. Good damage done through the smoke there from Massey, who's opted to hold on to that MAC-10 that he picked up in the previous. And Blick has gotten a kill on Kais. How has that happened? Where is that frag even found? Oh, Kais was trying to peer down the line. Yeah, that's brave against these youngsters, man. He's gone back to his favorite part of the map in the CT side. This is where he loves to play from. Virtuoso spots out the corner of the leg. He's got no support on this B-bomb site right now. There's Virtuoso. Barely any room to work with, but he does still find the frag on Schwarz, and he doubles down on Blick. That's great work. That's a really good effort coming through there from Virtuoso. 2 versus 3. Zaidu is in a pretty good position, as is Fugor right now. In fact, what's happening? It looks like Zaidu is trying to back out away from the B side. Click is here, and he's been caught by Zaidu. Oh, Click, a little bit of patience would have gone a long way there. That frag would have been free. At least he has kind of sold chemistry down the river, though. Chemistry, oh, Temed, this is so aggressive. Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why? What on earth is he thinking? Is he thinking at all, as Pink Floyd would say? Millet left alone, and Zaidu will delete him off the face of the earth as well. What a round out of Zaidu. Click could have been the one to get the kill on Zaidu ages ago. Wasn't able to. Then Temed just inexplicably decides to walk towards where he knows Zaidu's coming through from. Nothing savvy about his post-plant position, that's for sure. Chemistry did exactly as was required of them by winning that all-important gun round. Alright, it's going to be a force buy and response here from ENCE Academy. Yeah, this one's going to go for them. Great chance for chemistry to really climb and claw their way back into the game. They win this 10-6, anti-eco 10-7. Scoreline looking a whole lot healthier at that point. ENCE Academy, I feel like they honestly had a chance to put the game away by winning that previous round. They had everything they needed to win that previous round as well. Kind of gave it up on a silver platter there, I'm afraid. The plan here. 3 players A main, 2 in towards Jag. Who takes first contact? You'd imagine the players in Jag are going to try and pull that attention in towards the B bomb site. And for the moment, there actually isn't anybody who's watching for the poke through A main. It is going to be Fugor who goes back in that direction. Schwarz is going to be coming out of cave into the B bomb site in a moment, and yeah, he'll go down to Kais. You've got Matthews on the other smoke of this A main smoke, other side of the A main smoke rather. And they will actually get the kill on him, but yeah, I'm still not so worried, especially with Fugor in this position. Oh, the spray's too messy. Oh, and Teme gets Kais, not like this. Virtuoso left alone in the clutch 1v3, no utility, below half health as well. But he might go for an outlandish stick on the defuse. Instead, he tries to force a fight with Blick, and that's not going to work out for him. What have you just done, ENCE Academy? They almost make it look so easy as well, and it's so difficult to wrap my head around what's just happened there. Scenes, really impressive scenes there from ENCE Academy, able to connect the dots there. Some great shots being landed. You know, you got to think about Fugor, that missed spray. So costly, so costly. And now chemistry just have to force buy again. It's an AWP and then a whole lot of nothing, really. At least when you compare it to the Knights of ENCE Academy's investment. That nade does it. Ton of damage, though, which is really nice for them, at least. FORZE and Blick have both been tagged down quite a lot. All right, well, if the previous round Chemistry one wasn't a must-win round, or the round before this wasn't either, then this one certainly is. This one is absolutely a must-win round for Chemistry. Lose this, they're going to have an even worse investment going into what would be map point for ENCE Academy. Nobody home on the B-bomb side as things stand either. You got Virtuoso and I think it's Kai's with him in towards Jag right now. Blick with the Mac-10 clearing it out, jumps around the corner. He finds Virtuoso cooped up in the corner. There are going to be rotations at least for Chemistry, so they've got boots on the ground now. That could make the difference. The ARCRED is here as well. Plenty flashes being thrown forward, and they now know that the ARCRED is behind the pillar as well. He's going to try and fall back into cave, but Kaiser's gone down. That means Ido has no room to work with right now. ENCE Academy, they've just got to respect the line. It's something that they've struggled with a little bit in a few of these rounds, is overextending, but now they know it's only Zaidu left remaining. They're going to have him boxed in momentarily as Schwarz has already been able to close the door. I think the scope-in might have been heard there. Zaidu should absolutely not be able to get out of this with his AWP in play. Schwarz has already gone the entire way through T-Spawn to try and catch Zaidu in middle. Seems like Zaidu is kind of privy to the threat, and he might actually be able to just skirt on out of there, you know. Yeah, he's actually smartly been able to get himself out of dodge. So at least at the minimum, they're going to have an AWP here. But, I mean, it's still, it's such a difficult thing to celebrate when they're down 12-5, right? They're so far behind the game now. After having been up 4-3 at one point as well, right? All right, Chemistry, how much do they have left in the tank? In towards middle, they are going to be able to lock down the aggression out of ENCE Academy. Great work from them. What is that shot from Blick? That is sickening. I mean, Schwarz has kind of cooled off a little bit, and Blick has just picked up the mantle where Schwarz has left off. Massey gets 2 frags to set the round in motion. Blick gets the trade on him. Oh, Schwarz, he's been able to creep up in towards the speed bomb site, but he can't track Kai's, that SMG. That pesky SMG flying across his screen. Looks like Chemistry going to be able to live to fight for another day here. Millet and Blick left remaining. Okay, Millet will find one, leaving Blick alone in the clutch, but it's a good push there from Kai's through the smoke to join up with his teammate for Gore and make sure they don't have any problem in getting that kill and securing the round, keeping themselves in it here on Ancient. Still so much left to be done here if they are going to fight back. 6 rounds required to get this into overtime. Doesn't seem likely with the runner play so far, but who knows? At this level, anything can happen. All right. Well, that is not ideal for Chemistry at all in the follow-up round. Zaidu with his AWP. Oh, no, he's legged Schwarz. And Schwarz hasn't legged him. He's headed him. Assy is looking to try and track them, though. Could he drop the bomb carrier? He was so close. Oh, my goodness, as he rounds that corner. There's a world in which if he's a second or two earlier, he's got both those players with their backs turned, mows them down, drops the bomb. It's a 3v3. That's not this reality, though. Oh my goodness, it's looking like the end is around the corner here for Chemistry. ENCE Academy on the brink, 5 versus 3 post-plant. And Massey is, oh, I thought that was a wall bang, but it's just Blick with the Mac-10 who's making an absolute menace of himself. He knows that both these players are coming through from Speedway. He inflicts even further damage. Okay. It's not bad for Virtuoso to get another one back. The problem is they've got one kit. They've got one player. They've got 3 health on Massey. And this one is completely chalked. ENCE Academy, incredibly impressive in their campaign on the T side in particular. I mean, they were down 4-3 at one point, guys. They then go on to win the first half 8-4. And they only lost 2 rounds in the second half as well. So massively impressive there from ENCE Academy. I really liked what we got out of them. I mean, Schwarz had a lights-up performance in the first half in particular, and then we saw the rest of the team really come to the party throughout that second half. And that seals the deal. First map done and dusted. It was QMISTRY's pick, but it goes the way of ENCE Academy handsomely at that as they win 13-6. We're going to have a short break, and then we come back. It's time for Mirage. All right, here we go. Map number 2 underway. It is Mirage, the pick of ENCE Academy. They lead the series 1-0 after winning on their opponent's map of Ancient. See if they can get it done in 2, or whether QMISTRY can give ENCE Academy a taste of their own medicine. It is going to be straight into the A bomb site coming through from the T side. Zaidu, though, will lock down jungle. That's an incredible 2 kills coming through from him to revitalize the round. Give some sort of a chance here to QMISTRY. Time ticking away, no kits in play. Schwarz, oh, it's not the cleanest gunfight. He does get traded out. I don't think you're going to expect Teme in connector as well, though. If you're Zaidu on the jump across, though, Teme compromises his own position. Zaidu doesn't really have the luxury of holding this position right now either. He has to try and help his teammate on the site. Defuse has been tapped. There's no kit in play, so this one's over. Eventually, Teme will go down, but the job is done, and ENCE Academy will open up their account first here on their map pick. Going to be a FORZE buy here from QMISTRY now. Of course, Zaidu did get a quad kill on the pistol, so he has more than enough money to get the M4. Problem is, ENCE Academy have got the perfect read here by going in towards this B bomb site. Big shot from Kais. That's the kill. That tips the scales into QMISTRY's favor, I reckon. Don't have a kit, so they're going to have to get a bit of a move on. They do drop some smoke grenades to give themselves a little bit of cover to work with. Problem is, those smokes could also be used against them here. Oh, Schwarz active in the post plant, gets a kill at range. QMISTRY now starts to close the gap, but Schwarz has found another. That might be enough to just guarantee the round here. Yes, it will. QMISTRY going to head for the hills. And there you have it. It's going to be ENCE Academy weathering the force buy. Weathering the storm against the FORZE buy and getting themselves a second round on the board. At least FORZE able to salvage Zaidu's M4. Gonna have to be an eco in the next round for the CT side. They have to save their money. No two ways about it. What that means is there's a very good chance here for ENCE Academy to go clear 3-0. I'm pretty sure they've won all the pistol rounds so far in the series. They're 3 for 3 as far as I can remember. If they can take advantage of that and piece together a successful first half here. Like I was saying in the pregame, Ancient and Mirage play quite similarly. So even though Ancient was picked by QMISTRY, we're always expecting a good performance from ENCE Academy, and I'm feeling the same going into Mirage here in the opposite direction, that even though this is ENCE Academy's map, I think QMISTRY should be able to make this competitive at the minimum. I mean, they got off to a good start, if you remember, on Ancient, if you were watching. It was 3-0 for ENCE Academy, then QMISTRY won 4 rounds in a row to make it 4-3. Then they lost the last 5 rounds in the half off the back of losing to an eco. They go down 8-4 in the half, and then they lose the map 13-6. It was such a dominant second half from ENCE Academy when they got onto their T side. And they started off in really good fashion on their T side here as well. No issue against the eco. Zaidu was handed his M4 back, or at least picked it back up off of FORZE's body. Will be able to save the gun at a minimum, but it's going to be ENCE Academy who get that point on the board. All right, big gun round here for Chemistry to try and change the direction the game is trending in currently. It's looking pretty damn good for ENCE Academy as we go into the gun round. Chemistry going to be looking to try and open up their account here. ENCE Academy dump utility into middle, try and feign as though they're going to take that control. And then group up outside of this B bomb site. I like this from Massey though. A deep smoke allows for him to actually just creep forward a little bit. Denying ENCE Academy any info or control. Nade goes through the door, and that's done so much damage to Teme on the other side. Of course, unconfirmed damage at that. As they replenish their utility in middle, they've now smoked off snipers, and they're feigning as though they're going to go for a mid-round, mid-take. But Kaiser's just taking top middle here. So Chemistry should kind of realize that there's something brewing. Either a big exec into either the A or the B bomb site. Massey in the corner goes unchecked initially. Blick is going to look for it, though. That's insane from Blick. What a hard clear out of him. As he goes through the motions in the process, gets a huge kill there to open up the B bomb site. Massey was probably licking his lips, thinking there's no way they're going to clear me here after two players drop out of apps for the T side. Smoke's being peppered here by Chemistry. They have got kits. They've got a smoke grenade of their own, and they've also got Fugor, who's in an advanced position. Excuse me, it's Kais who's here with the AK. Nothing on offer, though. Nothing being given up to him right now. He's hoping that somebody just exposes himself, and there we go. All of a sudden, 3 players on his screen. The patience pays off. He claims 2 kills, but his team have already committed to the save. Oh, no. Kais is thinking, guys, we could have done something with this. We have kits. If they had hung around after he gets those 2 kills and they all just start to barrel into that B bomb site, I think there's a pretty good chance they make the retake happen, you know. Like, not guaranteed, but certainly there's a good chance of it taking place. And I think that Kais is probably feeling a little bit hard done by that all of his teammates have abandoned him. I mean, he was the only one who was in a post-plant position there that they could actually work with, right? Zaidu going to find the first kill here. Chemistry still looking to find their first round. Teme now spots out 1. Could be a bit of a bait and switch, though, with the play on top of balcony. There we go, Fugor. Nice and active, taking that initiative. Not going to get hard cleared. Zaidu continues to get kills. That is going to be a 2v4 as a result. Great position Chemistry find themselves in. They've also been inflicting damage in these rounds that they've been losing, so it's not like there's going to be too much money for ENCE Academy going into this next round, as Millet has now been spotted out, and he's actually trapped for the moment. Has to try and punch a way out of this to get himself back to some safety. Or does he want to attempt this as a alternative? Oh, Zaidu could be in trouble here. Millet starts to actually peer away from CT. Oh my god, he wasn't far away from hitting that shot, I'll tell you what. Looking like he's got some sharp reactions on him, but he will now accept his fate as Chemistry will get their first round on the board.
Counter-terrorists win.
All right. Game very much alive here. Timeout called. We're going to delve back into the action. There's more than just enough money here for ENCE Academy to get what they need. Click has to settle for a Galil. Temir's going to have to go for a Desert Eagle here, I'd imagine. A little bit of util as well. It's been a very simple T-side from ENCE Academy so far. It's just been utility into middle and then grouping up outside of a bomb site and committing their way forward as a group. It's really simple, and generally it's like too simple to win a half in that fashion. But it has done well to get them up 4-1. I'd like to see a bit more depth from their approach, and it looks like we're going to get that out of them in this round here. More emphasis in terms of not just showing presence in middle, but actually taking the control as well. FORZE and Clicker here right now. What's the plan? Looks like they've got an A-split a brewing here, but Zaidu has disrupted them in towards Palace from him. He gets a frag. Kais has also gotten one. He catches that nade. Gets some chip damage from Click. Schwarz's nade will finish off the job, effectively trades himself from the grave, but my goodness, Virtuoso and Zaidu have certainly been looking sharp here. Blick comes through the smoke. Huge gamble from him. Temir's Deeg will connect on one, but it's a consolation kill. This is impossible. And there we go. Zaidu's going to be the one to finish off the job as he goes up 8-1. He is the boss of the server right now. Kai's as well with some really important impact. And ENCE Academy, they're going to have to eco, unfortunately. They've expended their chances as far as their investments are concerned, and they're going to have to just take a chill in this next round. If your chemistry at this point is just about making sure the round is as clean as possible, that was ballsy from Click with the Glock fire, the burst fire on the Glock. Trying to wall bang. He's the one who pays the price, though. Like I said, really not much stock in this round at all coming through for ENCE Academy. As for chemistry, it's about keeping numbers alive. Build up some money on the CT side. Their economy is already looking pretty healthy. That's going to be a pristine anti-eco as they keep all 5 players alive. So my kind of concern in these past few rounds here, I think, for ENCE Academy is just how few kills they've gotten. I feel like in the 3 rounds that they've lost, they've just really struggled to find frags in the process. Big moment here. Chemistry looking to level up the scoreline. ENCE Academy looking to get back to winning ways. It's going to be a big fight in towards middle right now. And you can see that ENCE Academy kind of have an idea this is coming. Schwarz playing anti-flash. Not going to be able to do the job required from him. Blick coming through from lowers will go down to... Oh, it was on a knife's edge there at the moment. Both teams going back and forth. The multi from Click maybe kind of inspired ENCE Academy a little bit to think there could be a chance. But he goes down and... the player coming through from lowers follows suit. It's only Temir left, and ENCE Academy is going to have the scoreline leveled up upon them here. Easy. Nice and easy for chemistry. They're playing on the front foot, taking the fight to their opponents in that gun round. 4 rounds in a row. They continue to dominate these rounds as well. This was Massey initially. A neat transfer from him. Click gets 2, but that third player there was the difference maker. Chemistry have been putting a lot of emphasis on middle in these rounds so far, which means there could be some room elsewhere for ENCE Academy to exploit with a fast play into either bomb site. But you don't imagine that chemistry will be keeping up with that because they know they're going to get read into as well, right? Okay, got to be careful chemistry, and yeah, no problem at all. Good setup between Vigor, Fugor rather and Virtuoso. You throw Kai's into the mix there as well, and it's an elementary cleanup over on that A bomb side. Again, just pristine, not losing anyone in the process. ENCE Academy just really struggling to get kills in these rounds they're losing. In the past 5 rounds, guys, they've gotten 5 kills across 5 rounds. That's insane. I mean, Chemistry in the same time have gotten like 24 because there was one round where someone saved for ENCE Academy. Distinct change in the direction of this game in the past 5 rounds. Chemistry have been dominating these rounds that they're winning. What do ENCE Academy have up their sleeve to try and change up the way that this game is going down right now? Click ends up on top of that HE grenade. There's another one. Oh my god, Click is now on 7 health. And he's just spotted a silhouette through the smoke. 2 nades coming through. Wars in towards top mid. Will find a kill, but there's just always a trade available for Chemistry. Oh, Massey, he's actually gone through. Blick must have caught a glimpse of him in the smoke. And that's going to be the B bomb site being taken here by ENCE. This is what I was talking about in terms of Chemistry leaving quite a lot of space on the extremities of the map by focusing so much in towards middle. And ENCE Academy have exploited it here. Massey inexplicably kind of goes down. And I say inexplicably not because he was making the wrong play, but because it looked like himself and Blick were just both in the smoke. I'm surprised that Blick actually caught a glimpse of him. Zaidu and Fugor probably just looking for exit kills here. I don't expect him to actually attempt the retake. And there we go. Zaidu gets 1 for free. He's now 10-1. Looking for 11. Looking for 11. In the meantime, they get funneled into Fugor. This is really good work on the exit kills coming through. Looking to try and keep the T-side economy honest. Blick will die to the bomb explosion. So effectively 4 casualties for ENCE Academy means that they're going to have to reinvest everything into the next round. And they don't really have the finances for this either. Temi will drop an AK. Outside of that, there's going to be a couple Galils in the mix here for this T side as they've come back alive here. Problem is, because of how clean the rounds were from Chemistry that they were winning, they built up so much money in the process. So it's going to be an elementary reinvestment for them. Plenty money left in reserves even after they've bought up here. So it's going to have to be done on hard mode for ENCE Academy. Gun round after gun round. That's a huge kill from Millet. How's he on catwalk so early on in the round? That's insane. He's caught Kai's completely off guard. He's got Massey as well. Millet, that is an insane acceleration. Up middle, catwalk, onto B in the first, what, like 15 seconds of the round there? Even caught me off guard. Certainly caught Chemistry off guard. And that's going to be ENCE Academy going up 6-5 against the run of play. It's actually a very similar sort of storyline to what we saw in the first half, right? ENCE Academy 3-0, then Chemistry go up 4-3, then ENCE Academy win the last 5 rounds. This one is 4-0 up for ENCE, then it goes 5-4 for Chemistry, and then ENCE maybe win the last 3 rounds of the half to get that little bit of tailwind going into the second half. At least, like I said already, for Chemistry, they've got more than enough money to continue to invest going forward. I mean, there's just 1 round left in the half, but they will have another full buy here. I feel like Chemistry actually really need the last round of the half just because of the fact that they were up 5-4 at one point in dominant fashion. So if they lose this round here, then it's almost like, damn, all that hard work and you still lose the half. 7-5, Click. And Teme combined to get that kill on Fugor. That's going to get them full side control. I don't know about the break on the smoke. That almost costs them. Zaidu was waiting for a break on the smoke. There's going to be a double flash for Click to take deep control of CT. In the meantime, Schwarz finds a frag as well. A 5v3. Chemistry going to have to retake in certainly unfavorable conditions. Schwarz is already rotating the entire way around into middle. And he may be surplus to requirements because Teme and Click continue to do work here in the round. It's only Kai's left and it won't be for much longer. And And there we go, Blick. Well, he hasn't finished off the job, but eventually he'll inflict enough damage for the nade to seal the deal. ENCE Academy go up 7-5. Started off strong, going up 4-0. Then they lose 5 rounds in a row, and then they win 3 in a row. It's a game of streaks here on on Mirage, rather, as was the case on Ancient as well. Look at this round from Millet, by the way. Inside 15 seconds, he's already gotten a kill on the B bomb site. That's insane. It is going to be that 7-5 scoreline. So ENCE Academy 6 rounds away from winning the series 2-0. QMISTRY with quite a job required here to get their campaign back on track and force that third map. All right, big pistol around here for QMISTRY to try and get things going in a favorable fashion here in the second half, and they've got the perfect read as they're going towards this B bomb site. Oh, Flick is a dead man. They completely converged upon him, surrounded him. He had no room to work with. There's going to have to be a retake here with a man down for ENCE Academy. Make that a 2-man deficit now. They're just barely even able to look at the bomb site, let alone set a foot in towards this bomb site. They will get a kill that maybe alleviates some of the pressure, but then they just get thumped straight afterwards. My goodness, what a statement out of QMISTRY. Spoke about how they've struggled in these pistol rounds already. I think that's the first pistol round they've won in the series, but that one might have actually been the most important of the series so far. Good time to come alive. Alright, force buy here from ENCE Academy does get them an opening kill. Millet not so clean on that first fight, but he will come away with the frag anyway, and it's actually a 2-man setup underneath the balcony right now. Zaidu realizes he's on top of FORZE, and he's going to double down into Blick as well. This is really good from Zaidu. He's trying to give his team an lifeline in the round right now. They're going to kill the player under belt, but not before Millet gets another, and that's going to bait in his teammate perfectly. Never in a million years are you expecting Temer there as well. The 2-man setup pays off dividends, and ENCE Academy have won the force buy. Oh, that is a disastrous round for QMISTRY to lose after winning the pistol. No bomb plant, still going to mean they force buy anyway, but it's not going to be a super convincing force buy. These pesky MP9s, man. These pesky MP9s, too much to handle. Great setups playing off of each other there as well. Now they themselves have to make sure they keep it strong against the force buy. And then they take a big step in the direction of winning the series 2-0 if they can win this force buy here. Good first frag. Click no need to really hang around here after getting that kill. Looks like FORZE wants to swing mid, and he will. This is a pretty aggressive way to approach the round if you're ENCE Academy, taking as many fights as they have in middle. It's worked out fine so far, because they're in the 4v2. I don't think Click should still be hanging around, though, in all honesty, but Click plays by his own rules, and Click does not care. That nade's done so much damage to Zaidu's, obviously saved some money to afford the AWP a bit later on, and that doesn't mean he can't do damage, though. That deagle still hits equally as hard whether you have armor or not. All right, Zaidu, you don't want to die after the timer. That would be worst case scenario. He's going to try and go for the bomb plant at the bare minimum, and he's actually activated the C4. That's not a bad return, you know. 2 kills in a bomb plant. I know it was a force buy, but considering the context of the round and where it was at one point, that was... I mean, a bomb plant looked like a pipe dream at that point, so the fact they do get that bit of extra money means they'll probably get a few upgraded pistols in this next eco. At ENCE Academy, they get the points on the board. Ultimately, that's what matters the most. Alright, so as I said, there's going to be at least a few upgraded pistols here for Chemistry to work with, courtesy of that bomb plant. Kind of pushes them over the edge of being able to have something to work with here. It's basically Desert Eagles instead of Glocks. Unfortunately, first 2 Deagles have been shut down. There is a player in Sandwich right now. Massey has been able to creep in, but they still clear him out anyway. Just really good awareness there from ENCE Academy. Not getting caught off by that position. 2v5 now. ENCE Academy looking to keep this as clean as possible. Build up some decent bank going into that next gun round. Only Virtuoso left. Searching with his Deegan, not for much longer. Teme will find him, and that's double digits on the board for the Academy team. 3 rounds away now from a dominant 2-0 victory. I mean, it feels like maybe the games have somewhat been closer than the scoreline suggests. 13-6 on Ancient, 10-6 here on Mirage. A lot of these rounds have gone down to the wire, but the Academy team has prevailed more often than not. Here's the round. If ENCE Academy win this one, the 17th, then I'm almost ready to just call it at that point. They've been able to draw first blood. Massey's tough day in the office continues. Kai's come through from ramp. There's a player on the balcony. I don't know how Click's taken so long to get the kill there. Should have gotten that frag far sooner, but it looks like it's going to be okay because kills come through elsewhere on the map. It's only FORZE left remaining, and we'll be able to get on past the incendiary. But Schwarz smartly drops the smoke grenade. Doesn't want to give FORZE that opportunity. He does pepper the smoke, compromising his position in the process. Drops his lone smoke grenade to try and give himself a little bit of cover. Retreats to scoop up the C4. But he'd love to have that smoke grenade now to try and aid him out a little bit in terms of actually getting onto a bomb site. As ENCE Academy start to disperse a little bit, Millet's had to go back in towards this B bomb site. FORZE will go back through middle here. And I like this option because if you're ENCE Academy, you're not going to expect him to come through connector now at this stage in the round. You would have expected it either earlier on or not at all. I wonder if that jump up was hurt. Oh, he was. FORZE was definitely hurt. You can have a look at the pieces and how they immediately start to reposition for ENCE Academy. Schwarz may even have spotted him here as well. That's so unfortunate for FORZE. He doesn't now know that he's actually being looked in on here. He's also searching for something in towards CT spawn. Nothing on offer. Teme going to be able to come through from ramp. He can't deny the plant. He's been spotted out as well. Okay, well, now that the option to deny the plant's no longer available, yeah, Teme will just stay tucked in. Schwarz will be the one to get the kill. At least there's a plant for Chemistry. They probably shouldn't ever have gotten a bomb plant out of that situation, all things considered, in the 3v1 bomb top mid, but at least they do dot the C4 down. Does that then motivate them to buy up here, or do they instead try and play for overtime? That's the question. QMISTRY going to go all in here, understandably so. Not too keen on the prospect of playing for overtime. It's a straight-up A execute, and ENCE Academy happy to concede control of the bomb site. Kai's through the smoke's actually going to find a frag here, though. And nothing on the break open of the smoke, so QMISTRY have done pretty damn well so far, you know. Bomb plant going to come through, and they're going to have to now survive this retake attempt from ENCE Academy. It's going to be a fight into CT spawn. Teme gets 2, though. Massive contribution coming through from him. 3v2. There's another one where that came from, though. The nade dropped. FORZE down to 40 health, but Teme's even lower. FORZE with a huge effort in towards CT. It's now only Blick left, and he'll go down to Zaidu, who peeks into Blick, taking the fight on his own terms. QMISTRY will make that force by work. Such an important round as well going their way. 11-7, long road back, but they're on the road. Ultimately, that's what matters. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of util damage in towards middle. Kais is the one who has taken so much of the damage, and I thought the incendiary might burn him out. Look at this from Massey. What's he thinking there? Almost like he tunnel visions in on that corner, and he goes down for free. Oh, Kais is just hoping and praying that there's a protective shield around him and there's no more util that comes in his direction. Thankfully, there's no util left remaining for ENCE Academy, at least no util that can do any damage. QMISTRY going to depart middle after that big back and forth. And shift their focus in towards the B bomb site from here. They themselves don't have much util. A flash into smoke is what they've got at their disposal, and it's going to be Click and Blick. A rhyming duo here to try and lock down this B bomb site. It's a bait and switch. It's going to be Click who's jumping up and spotting, and you got Blick who's in the corner. Blick's on fairly low health as well right now, so even if they do kind of just like pre-fire the corner slightly, that'll guarantee a kill. Here we go, Virtuoso, the first one to commit. Blick was hard cleared. Click will get a kill. It's a 2v3 though, Millet. Oh, that's great awareness. Not normally the line that you're trained in with the AWP. FORZE not committing to the bomb plant just yet. That gives a bit more time for these CTs to rotate in position. Now he will commit. And he's been able to get the bomb down at the bare minimum, give his team a bit of extra money. What can he do here in the post plant is the question. Does find the frag on the first, but then Teme coming through from apartments will lock in the round for his team. ENCE Academy go up 12-7. They now have 5 chances to finish off the job in the series. All right, QMISTRY backs firmly against the wall now. 5v3. 5v3. They need 5 rounds in a row. What am I even saying? Brain, please. Going to be Millet who draws first blood. QMISTRY just playing on the front foot here in towards middle, looking to try and get themselves in an advanced position very early on. The problem is they don't really have the utility to transition from this position in towards a bomb site. That's a great kill from Virtuoso, though. Needs to be more where that came from, because in the meantime, Millet's dropped 2 with the Zorp. There's space being taken here over in the B bomb site, though. And this is the bomb carrier as well. Blick is not... He's kind of considering this, but he'll never expect Kai's around the corner there. Oh, he's stopped shooting? He's stopped shooting. He'll die. The nade, though, no, doesn't do enough. What's just happened there, Blick? What has just happened there? Why has he stopped shooting? Kai's doing the most right now. Crosshair perfectly placed. Committed on the angle. Blinded by the flash. Regains his vision, but only in time to actually spot Millet, who will take him down. There's a big flank coming through from Zaidu. In the meantime, that means Virtuoso has to stay alive for as long as he can. He's been traded out. It's now all on Zaidu coming through from market. Bomb not favorably planted here for him. Teme sticking that defuse right now in the smoke. Zaidu doesn't have the lineup. I thought that Zaidu might be able to get that kill in time and then use the smoke grenade in his favor. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him in that fashion. And it is going to be ENCE Academy who finish off the job at their first opportunity, 13-7. I thought that with Kai's position and the flank out of Zaidu, they had done enough. Really important trade Jeff from Millet. What a round out of him, guys. He's almost had to shoot his teammate to get the kill on Zaidu. A quad kill out of Millet to seal the deal. And it's going to be ENCE Academy who win the series 2-0. 13-6, 13-7. They actually make it look pretty easy in the end there. And I like I said, I feel like the scorelines maybe don't necessarily do chemistry justice. I feel like those rounds, a lot of those rounds probably closer than what that scoreline suggests. But it is how the cookie crumbles. And that means ENCE Academy will get the victory in really impressive fashion, and they win their opening match here of Group C. Of course, FORZE Reload got their forfeit win over Square Sausages. So that means Chemistry will have to play against Square Sausages. FORZE Reload will play ENCE Academy in Group C in that winners match as we start to take a little bit of shape. But that is the first game of the day done and dusted, and I think it's going to be quite a lengthy break now for the start to that next series because of the forfeit win for FORZE Reload. So next up, let's see what time and what game we've got lined up here. It's going to be the French team Mousquetaires against Heroic Academy, which is going to be taking place at 4 p.m. CET. So it's going to be a very long break indeed, guys. We're talking like over 4 hours here. So you have most of the late stage of the morning and the early afternoon to get done what you need to then be able to catch that next game. So enjoy the break, guys, and be sure to tune in for that next match.
Blindsided, I trusted, fell for you. What a stupid thing to do. Blindsided, high hopes, but they fell away the moment you lied to me.